like that, you gotta be on point. And we struggled moving the ball against the best defense in the league. like that, you gotta be on point. And we struggled moving the ball against the best defense in the league. Not the Big South, the best defense in FCS, which we knew, but they're good. Um, I thought a big pivotal moment in the game. We get it down there. Uh, you know, uh, we're going to kick a field goal. They jump off sides. We get down to where it's a manageable fourth down. I'm not in this thing to kick field goals. I told you guys that before. First extra point, they ran through us like we wasn't there. So I wasn't real excited about it. And we went for it, didn't get it, which wasn't the end of the world because we had them pinned down there. We get the ball right back. First play, we pitch it to a very, very good defensive end, and he takes it. And you talk about just an emotional swing in the game where all of a sudden now it's 21-6, and you're battling just to get some first downs and get something going. I thought that was big. We came out second half, couldn't, we got them in third and long and couldn't get them off the field. I mean, their quarterback's a really good player. I mean, he made some throws in critical times, and we couldn't get him off the field. And then to our kids' credit, we didn't play our best game, but to our kids' credit, we kept fighting and clawing. And, we don't go away. We're like a bunch of pesky gnats sometimes. We don't go away. And I'm proud of them for that. Didn't play our best game, which we'd have had to compete with Charleston Southern, who's a very veteran, mature football team that you could see the difference in some areas that we'll work to getting to that point. But the good news, guys, we're not far. We're not far. We got to continue to work, continue to build, continue to grow, continue to get bigger, faster, stronger, continue to recruit. We're going to be okay here. We're going to be okay. Um, you know, it'd been nice to finish this sucker off at home, but that's the way it goes. We'll live and we'll learn. I told the football team we're going to learn from this, and we're going to sit on it for about a day, and then we're going to flush it. We're going to get ready for the next one. We're going to play a team that's ranked higher than them right now on the road, and that's where we are. And we're beat up. Trey White went out. I mean, he's your starting quarterback, but honestly, the way things were going in the game, didn't matter. And that's not against Trey. It's just, it is what it is. There was a lot more than just that. He's been beat up, as y'all well know. And so he was out, but I thought Jake McKenzie came in, and like I expect him to, he flew around and did some good things, made some nice throws, and you saw some guys come in and make some plays. And so we'll continue to build and grow and learn from it. I think the big thing is we got to learn from it. And it's just like every loss we've had, it's been a challenge. Can we come back from it and how we respond? And so that's where we are. So we'll continue to move forward. Questions?
Take me to the play where Trey got hurt. What exactly happened? I kind of missed part of it.
I'll be honest with you, I don't remember, Adam. I know he got hit at the end, and he got hit right on the shoulder.
And I guess how is he for next?
I don't know. He's out right now. I mean, I'd say be doubtful, but I don't know other than he didn't finish the game, and it's his left shoulder. So I don't know. It probably takes some work for him to get back for Saturday, I would imagine. But we got confidence in Jake. If Jake's got to go play, Jake's got to play. Like I said, it was good for him to get in and do some things today. I mean, he had some positive plays. So.
Was today just a case of finally having the fact that we've got mainly redshirt freshmen playing juniors and seniors? Is that finally where it showed itself?
I think it showed itself some today, yeah. I think it showed itself at times. It just, in a game like this, when you got a very good all-around football team, it shows itself a little bit more. But, yeah, there's no doubt. We've struggled all year running the football inside. That's a big part of that's maturity. A big part of that is playing young kids against juniors and seniors. That's been all year. We found a way to make it work. But, look at our yardage of our two backs. I mean, that's just what it is right now. It's not anybody's fault. It just is what it is, you know. And they did a good job. They forced us a little bit, and we couldn't get anything going in there. They were hard to block. I mean, it was difficult. I mean, we struggled blocking them. I came in at halftime and I said, guys, we're going to have to figure out a way to block them. We can't read everybody. I mean, we'd love to scheme it up where you could read them all, but you can't read them all. And I think a big part of that, John, is youth and maturity and just part of the process, as I told him afterwards.
What happened on the fourth down play that you mentioned after they jumped offside, you got it down to fourth and by Trey just didn't come back?
It wasn't a read play. No, they knocked us in the backfield. There was nowhere to go. The stack linebacker, they were all back there. They just blew us up. It was a good play on their part, you know. And like I said, I mean, you kick a field goal there, but man, I ain't in this thing to, you know, we're fighting, man. We're fighting. We need touchdowns to win that game. We wouldn't win it on field goals. You know what I mean? And depending on the down and distance, it seems like every home game we've had to make decisions based on what to do. And even at the end there, I'm like, man, let's cut it loose. What do we got to lose? You know, let's cut it loose. So, but yeah, they whipped us. They whipped us up front. They whipped us.
Kind of hard to argue with the start though. You're down there right in front of Charleston when nobody decides to guard him. What are you guys thinking at that point?
That was planned that way. And it was planned.
Bring you off the sideline? It's the third
No.
time you scored on the first play.
No, we huddled around the numbers, and we ran the offense on the field, and Charleston stayed. The rest of the guys walked off, told the officials for the game. Good job by our offensive staff. Coach Chestnut and those guys did a nice job of that. So we need about 3 or 4 more. We knew we were going to have to find ways to. I mean, we you know. So, but now that was. I mean, you notice we didn't have there wasn't a back in the backfield. We didn't have a 2-back in the game.
What are the differences between the styles of Trey and Jake overall? Is that going, you know, if Jake goes next week, is that going to, you know, kind of alter maybe the practice plan a little bit?
No, not really. They're both tough, hard-nosed runners, competitors. Jake throws the ball better than Trey. I mean, Trey does fine, but Jake throws the ball a little better. As you can see out there, I mean, he throws the ball pretty good. But they're tough, hard-nosed, and, you know. So it's not going to change a whole lot of what we do. And we talk about, I mean, we got to do what we do. We're in week 10. We just finished week 9. We got to do what we do. We can't go in and we'll get enough people healthy, hopefully, to get to the gate. I mean, we're beat up. I set Darnell Holland, and I set Justin Sumter partway through the game. It was my call. Darnell's running motion across the field with his arm like this. You know, Justin Sumter, I think he's okay. I think both of them are okay, but I'm sitting there going, you know, we got to finish this thing out. And it's not that I'm giving up on a game, but I got a bigger picture where we are and understand where we are as a program and what we need to do, if that makes sense. It's not, don't take that the wrong way, and I told both of them, I said, I'm the one who set you down, because they're limping, they're holding their arm up. I'm like, we got to have some people left to play the last couple weeks, you know, and we're beat up. Now, we'll get some guys back hopefully next week. You know, I think we'll get the center back, we'll get a defensive tackle back, but I mean, we're treading on thin ice right now.
You mentioned the big picture, Coach. Obviously, your enthusiasm. How, with these last 2 games against such tough opponents, it would be easy for, you know, maybe another loss to kind of take away from all you accomplished this year.
Yeah.
How do you talk about that to your team to make sure that doesn't happen?
Well, we'll talk about it. And I told the offense, because defense was on the field, I said, this was in the second half, they went down the field, and I pulled them all over. I said, guys, I'm not worried about the scoreboard right now. What I'm worried about is what's on your chest. And it says Kennesaw State, and what that means and what that represents and how we're moving forward, what we're going to do. I said, I don't care about the scoreboard right now. I said, but what's on your chest and that KS on your helmet is what's most important. What does that mean? What does that represent for our program? What do we do when the chips are down a little bit and we're struggling? You know, how do we fight back? How do we respond? And it's not always going to come with a win right now. And that's tough for kids to take. And the hard part now is our kids, they all had playoffs and Big South and all that in their head. And y'all know I don't deal with that because I understand the big picture. They don't. They're kids. They're 18, 19-year-olds. So we as a staff are probably going to have to do our best job these next 2 weeks of building them up and understanding what we're trying to accomplish. And it's still the same as where we started. We're trying to get better. We're trying to be a better football team than when we started. That's why the goals were set the way they were. That's why we did what we did. You know? And so, and you can tell I'm passionate about this stuff. And, you know, to be sitting here with 6 wins, you know, our kids don't like it, but it's pretty deadgum good. And I don't get caught up in all that, but we got to look at that, and we got to understand what we've done and build from it and understand we're going to play a top 10 ranked team probably next weekend. And it is what it is. You know, that's the schedule. And, you know, and like I said, all 3 times we've gotten beat, you know, we go in the locker room. I've tried to point out why we gotten beat, but I've also tried to finish on a positive note every time. Because we got a bunch of young kids in there that they got to get up and get ready to go to the next one. And it could be easy for them to, you know, let it drag on, for lack of a better words. Yeah, so.
Said earlier that your team is sort of the team that will never go away. Kind of, I mean, you play some big teams, you've never been blown out. Do you think you're getting more respect already in year 1? Is there something that the coaches are saying to you when you guys are shaking hands already?
Coach, their starting quarterback was in at the end of the game. One of the better players in the league. I think that says a lot. I would have had mine out. I think we got everybody's respect. I really do. And I'm not saying that, and I told our coaching staff going in the game, I think we've got people's attention. I told our football team, guys, we didn't play very good. It's 28-14. It wasn't 50-7. It was 28-14. So, good and bad, we got their attention. We ain't gonna sneak up on anybody. But I think we've earned a measure of respect. Are we where we want to be? No, I'm not. Won't be for a while. Probably never be here, because that's just how I am. But I think we have earned the respect of people in our league. I mean, you could tell the way they play now. It's a little different. You know, it's not. So I think we've done that, and we got to continue to build on it.
2 more interceptions for Henkel, just in the right place at the right time all the time.
He just does what he does. I mean, I'm not minimizing it, but I'm not surprised, and I won't be. I mean, he's always find a way to make plays when you know, when the opportunity knocks at the door for him. You know, does a great job. He's a good player.
Any more questions? Okay.
Y'all good? Hey, appreciate you guys coming. Appreciate you being a part of this, and we'll go get ready for the next one. Thanks.
So we'll go ahead and you guys can ask Taylor some questions.
Taylor, disappointing ending to what's been a great season at home. What will you think back about this first year, just of the experience at home?
Yeah, this year at home has been great. We've been very successful here. You know, today we played a good football team, and came out a little short. But you know, I think over the next 3 years that I'm here and beyond, that being here at home in Fifth Third Bank Stadium, it's going to continue to grow, and the atmosphere is going to get better. The team's going to get better. It's going to be a special place. It already is. and I'm looking forward to next year when we step out on the field.
You mentioned the atmosphere. What about the atmosphere in the locker room after a loss like this, lose your starting quarterback?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, we got a bunch of young guys, but you got the Mason Harris and the seniors, PJ and stuff that, you know, talking us up. You know, it's our third loss, so we know how to handle it. It's a little different at home. Usually when we've been here and we've played a game, you know, it's being our first loss, we've been excited in the locker room, but today was a little different. But, you know, it's another chance for us to learn when we go back and watch the film on Monday, and bounce back and get ready for next week.
4 Big South games now you guys have played. What was different today than the previous 3 in the level of competition?
It's the best team we've played. That's why they're undefeated in conference and won a big share of the Big South title. You know, we didn't help our cause by how we played. We made some mistakes, but you know, by far the best football team, best coach team we've played, and you know, I think we'll learn a lot from this game that'll help us in these next 2 games.
2 more interceptions. Learning that nose for the ball in college, just like you had in high school. What is it about being in the right place at the right time?
Yeah, I can thank Marcus on the second one. He kind of got in the guy's vision, which made him pop the ball back up. On the first one, it just, you know, saw the guy coming back across the field and just ran underneath it. I think the quarterback threw it pretty short, so it was easy to step in. But, you know, if you just play hard and fast and run to the ball, good things happen, and that's what's been happening lately.
Anybody have any more questions for Taylor? Hi, Taylor. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we have Jake McKenzie here.
Jake, it was a great season at home, so with these 2 tough opponents to end the game, is there any concern with you and in the locker room just about those last 2 games maybe taking away from all you guys accomplished this year?
No, I don't think so. I think as long as we go out and play hard like we've been doing, it shouldn't be a problem. So no, I think we'll be just fine.
I guess as a backup, you never know when your starter's going to go down. You gotta have to always be ready to play on the bench. You know, and taking on that responsibility, how did you feel mentally and physically? How did you play today in terms of taking over?
Well, I have to go in every practice knowing that, you know, I could get the call any play. So I try to practice as hard as I can every week. So I was pretty calm mentally and I guess physically too. So it wasn't too bad. I felt pretty calm out there.
What did Trey say to you when you came back from the injury, the sweatshirt?
He asked me what I saw on the first drive, and then after that he just told me good luck, told me give him hell.
How's your shoulder?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I asked him how it was, but then after that, that's when he told me.
He didn't really want to talk about it.
Yes, sir.
So what's next week going to be like in terms of preparing for the next game with you likely being the starter?
I guess it'll just be the same as every week. We'll have things to work on and get better at, and then we'll game plan just like usual. Practice hard every day. So I don't think it'll be much different.
I guess you'll take more reps as a first stringer than a second.
I imagine so, but I'll try to come in and make it as less different as possible.
You guys played 4 conference games now. What was the difference between this team compared to the other 3 teams that you faced?
Real discipline. I know their defense was really good, fast to the ball. So, I mean, they were just a good team. That's all there is to it. We didn't play as well as we as we could have and should have.
With this being your first, playing at quarterback, just kind of talk about what you learned. You played a really good defense, which gives you tested right away. Just talk about what you learned and how you're going to use it moving forward.
It's not much different. Just you got to go out and play. I tried not to make it, anything different than usual, so I wouldn't overwhelm myself. So I tried to make it as simple as I could. So I mean, they were good, but I just tried to do my best and give us the best chance we could to win.
Coach said he has, you guys as a team got the inside run going as much as you want to. Obviously, you've been a part of that as running back,
Mhm.
quarterback. What do you think the missing piece is?
I'm not really sure, but I mean, I know we work our tail off. Line, they do the best they can. I love those guys. They do all they can. So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure.
How often do you and Trey spend time together, work together, kind of helping each other out in terms of advice?
Really, just about every day. We got to be real good friends, and that's how every practice we try to help each other out on certain stuff. So we try to, every day we try to help each other.
Do you seem enthusiastic on the sideline?
Mhm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, will you go to him like during the week and just say, "Hey, Trey, what can I do? What can I do to be better? Or what did I do well?" Kind of approach as well.
Oh yeah. I can definitely see that happening. With him having more experience than I have, I definitely will probably do that. Maybe more than once. So yeah, for sure.
Any more questions for Jake? Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Jake.